who you are and where you calling from.
This is David Mincy from Melbourne, Florida.
Very good. Hello, David. Glad to hear you on here tonight.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm glad you got your VIP problem solved. I really didn't have an answer for that. I was searching for one, but because I don't know, I'm a VIP member. It doesn't expire until next year. So,
Well, it's what they did is they're provoking me. I figured it out. They're provoking me to. They sent me an email so I could use VIP membership for 7 days,
right.
and and that's what they're doing is trying to get me to spend the money to be a VIP member. And I didn't know, I just figured all that out myself.
Yeah.
And then the other problem is a profile problem. I don't know if it's a problem or if it's them wanting me to use the help desk to on IBO to work on my profile. They're saying it's getting seen by thousands and thousands of people, and I don't know if they're trying to tell me I should change it or what.
Well,
I ain't had a chance to get on there yet.
the whole point is to get seen by a lot of people. So,
Yeah, that's what Lindler said to me one time. He said I needed to get it in front of as many eyes as I can.
yep, that is the name of
And
the
then I
game.
had, and then I had a intruder, and I was kind of suspicious of it on my Skype chat thing,
Yeah,
and and it was red dot syrup 9.
that's strange. Good
Yeah.
good evening. This is Mike in Georgia, and you've reached the winning team training call. Please tell us who you are, where you're calling from.
Good evening, Mike, from wet northern Indiana.
Good evening, Northern Indiana, Mr. Don. Glad to hear you on here tonight too.
Yeah, I'm running a little late. I thought I'd wait till the last minute and see if my phone lasted longer.
Well, you've added a couple minutes here, so maybe it'll last a couple minutes longer.
Yeah.
That's really
And how's
strange.
everybody?
I'm doing great. We're doing great down here. It's been a good day. It's gonna try to rain this evening, I think, but it's been a nice sunny warm day today.
Yeah, I just heard this evening that we're 5 inches above normal for this time of year.
Hmm.
We've been getting a lot of rain.
Well, we're getting a lot of rain. The last week or so, we hadn't got. They predicted rain every day, but we hadn't really got rain every day. So,
Well, Don, you can send some of it my way. We're about 11 inches below normal.
Wow. Well, you could have some of it if you want to come up and get it.
oh me.
I talked to my sister the other day. She said that she lives in southern Michigan, and she said they have so much rain that their garden is showing all the symptoms of too much water.
That happened to us last year. We had a garden out back. We got so much rain, so much everything. It drowned. It died.
Yeah,
So this year we didn't bother to put a garden out there. So we've got.
I used to garden a lot, but I haven't for about 3 years now. Uh, I just got sick and tired of rabbits eating it and replanting it every spring after they ate all my young plants. I just got sick of that. Quit.
Well, I say we. When I say we, it was my son-in-law's one that actually did the garden last year, not me. I sit out and look out the kitchen window at it. This year we didn't have one at all because he he didn't have time to do it, and we had such bad luck last year. We just decided to let it go this year.
Well, I got my son interested in gardening, so at least I've got a source for fresh tomatoes and cucumbers and things like that.
Well, there you go. That sounds good.
Yeah, our Brussels sprouts did good this year.
Wow.
You can pretty much
But
garden year round with your weather, can't you, Dave?
yeah, it's really too hot in my opinion down here in Florida. Unless you got a greenhouse, like a tent over it, to grow
Oh,
tomatoes. Tomatoes grow better down here in the wintertime. There's so many bugs that tears them up.
Yep.
You just, you got to keep them seven dusted, and you got to put Dawn dish soap on them, and all kinds of stuff to keep critters off.
We don't.
well, I was always an organic gardener, so I always planted more than I figured I needed because I knew the bugs were going to eat some too.
Grow enough for the bugs as well, huh?
Yeah.
We don't. We don't have too much of a bug problem down here, but we do have a lot of a lot of squirrels and even some deer wandering around in the yard every now and then. So they like to munch on anything they can find.
Yeah, that's the reason I put in my mango trees. When my mango trees get too big to do it, I don't do it. But when they're small and growing up, I put Walmart bags over my fruit
Yeah.
to keep the squirrels off of them because they don't like that rattling.
No, they don't. You're right. Well, we got just loads of squirrels. I mean, more than I don't know, more than I remember. I grew up in rural Mississippi, and we were so far out from town we had to go back towards town to go hunting. And but seems like here, in the neighborhood we in, there's more squirrels here than I can ever remember seeing when I was younger. So, and like I said, occasionally there's a even though most of the yards are fenced and everything, it doesn't seem to stop them. Occasionally, there's a deer or two wanders around.
Years ago when I used to hunt, I used to love to hunt squirrel.
Yeah, I did too. Now all they are is just a pest.
Yeah, that's that's the way rabbits became with me. I got to where I couldn't stand the sight of them.
Well, squirrels in Florida are tree rodents, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's about what they are, is tree rodents. We got a lot of squirrels, we got a lot of chipmunks on the ground too. So
We had a
Yeah, when I would tell a lot of my uncountry friends that I love to eat squirrel, they'd just about barf when they heard that. That's a rodent.
it tastes just like
I said,
chicken.
well, that's a tasty one.
Yeah, I used to. My mama used to fix squirrel and fix it into and gravy in with it, and there we'd have biscuits and gravy and squirrel. And that's good. That was good eating.
Yeah.
But now we're in a neighborhood. It's not really practical to hunt them. Not that you'd have to hunt them. You just sit out there in the backyard and watch them. They don't other than vehicles. They don't really have a lot of predators, natural predators, and they are real abundant. That's a problem with deer too. We got, I mean, just tons of deer around here because where we are is it's a lot of there's a lot of swampy area and a lot of we're alongside the river and there's a lot of areas for deer, but it's all too close to the to the housing and apartments and everything else. So there's really no way to to go in for anybody to go in and hunt them. So they're other than the vehicles, they don't have any natural predators either. My son-in-law has hit two of them here just recently within recent period here.
We
Yeah,
got a
this
place
is
like. Go ahead, Don.
I was just going to say this is big deer hunting country where I live too, and there's a lot of corn growing around here, so
Yep.
the deer around here just about like eating corn-fed beef.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a lot bigger up there in Tennessee than they are in Florida. A lot more meat on them. I've never hunted Indiana. We have a subdivision around here, though. It's called Wendover Farms. And that whole neighborhood is big, high-class houses. And there's tons of deer in there, and they lay in people's driveways and like dogs. And we can't go in and hunt them.
Yeah, that's the problem here. It's too much of a residential area around here. They've come in and put apartments and houses and everything else around here. So while there's still plenty of woods and swamp area and stuff like that, and the deer they just are abundant. But like I said, there's no real way for anybody to come in and hunt them. So other than the vehicles, now all the time. I mean, just about every day I'll see a deer on the side of the road and done been hit.
Yeah, we see quite a few of them on the side of the road here too.
We lost a vehicle to a deer wreck one time.
Mm.
My mother had a limited edition Thunderbird. She loved that car, and my son was bringing it from Melbourne, Florida, to Dandridge, Tennessee, for her, and he was up mile marker 98 up there on 75, and he was running in the left lane, and the deer walked right out in front of him, out from the bushes in the middle of the median. Man, that totaled that car.
Yeah, they can really do some damage to a car.
Well, I'm not sure where everybody else is. I know Sandy is in New Jersey tonight, so
I
she's
remember her saying,
she's not going to be with us tonight. But Reverend Dave said he would be here, and he hadn't showed up yet either. I don't know. I don't know about Marnie. She told us. Well, she did say that Tuesday night was going to be bad for her now for a while. So it used to be she used to have trouble getting in here on Thursday night, and now she said Thursday night's going to be okay, but Tuesday night's going to be bad. So David, well
Yeah,
now that Don's in here, tell me again about what's going on with your Skype. I'm not sure I understand.
I had an intruder that asked to add to the Skype chat, and I thought it was just the winning team that was in on mine.
Yeah.
And what it was, is it was a porn site,
Yeah.
and it was red dot the it was red dot syrup 9. Okay, and I went ahead and added it because I thought maybe that it was a person that I didn't know that was in the winning team. So it turned out she was trying to get me to get on her webcam.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I removed her and reported her for spam to Skype. So she's out of there now. So she's not going to be bothering y'all.
Well, that is the way to handle it. But generally, if I don't know the person, I won't add them. If I do check their profile, and if they don't have a profile filled out, and there's so many of these people that are spamming on Skype, they don't fill a profile out. They won't even have a name in there. They just have a username, and that's another one of my rules. For me personally, is if I go look at their profile and they don't have a profile in there, I won't put them in. I won't put them in my personal contacts or the team contacts. And if somehow or another they wind up in there, and if I check it's the same thing, I do the same thing. I just go and block them and then remove them.
Yeah, I did all that and reported her as spam.
Yep, I do that too. That's
Check both boxes.
mm-hmm.
And then quick, see you.
Yeah, when I first got on the internet, I mean, it was nothing. You could meet people and carry on decent conversations and everything. But now, I mean, there's just too many loonies out there.
Yeah, I had them jump in. Go ahead.
Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia, and you've reached the winning team training call. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Dave. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. I recognized you, Bill, there. We were just talking about you.
I bet. I felt my ears burning.
It was all
Good
good.
evening, Reverend Dave.
Hi, Don. Hi, David. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
And how are you doing this evening, Mr. Dave?
Well, if I felt any better, I couldn't stand it.
We probably couldn't either.
Uh-oh. Look at that. We all
Don
stopped.
just fell out.
You just knocked somebody off there.
I scared Don away.
Yeah. He has problems on these calls sometimes. His phone just drops him off. It's a little early tonight for it to do it. It usually goes to about 58 minutes after and drops him off.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He will. So how are you doing tonight, Dave? How are you? How's Joanne doing?
She's okay. We saw an infectious disease doctor today, and the doctor gave her some powder for fungal infection she has.
Yeah.
So she'll take that and clear that up. But she's okay. She's not having any infections right now. So, but the doctor wants her to see a urinary gynecologist.
Okay. That must be Don
It's
coming
Mike,
back
or
in here.
Don, Mike. I knocked myself off accidentally.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were just reacting to my statement, Don. I was about to get insulted.
No, I was going to hit the mute button, and I hit the end button.
Oh no, not that. Don't you hate that when that happens?
Yeah, these buttons are getting too small, or my fingers are getting too big.
It's like I always like to say, those of you who think you know it all are very annoying to those of us who do.
I know exactly what you mean.
So Joanne should be okay. We're just going to see this other doctor whenever she gets her in. So, but appreciate all the prayers. They worked. She's feeling pretty good now.
Well, that's good. We're glad to hear that. Really glad to hear it. We was just we got David in here as well. We got Don. Sandy's not gonna be here. She's in New Jersey tonight. So, but we was just talking about some of the things that are going on now that didn't used to go on at all. It used to be Don had made a statement, and I concur with him that it used to be on the internet you could get on and meet people and talk to people and just enjoy it. Nowadays, there's just too many, as Don put it, crazies out there. That, they, I don't know. So we're having a problem. People wanting to break into the chat room and actually get also require question to be added to the contact list and stuff like that. They don't there's people that I don't know, and people that they don't have their profile filled out for Skype. They just got a username and that's it. And my general reaction to that is I just block them and remove them if they actually get added. And this happened to David here the other day. He had someone requesting that to be added to the chat room that Steve and it was someone that he didn't know. So instead of adding them, he might have gone ahead and added them, but he realized he shouldn't have and turned around and blocked them and then reported them for spam.
I met a woman yesterday via the internet, via the phone. She's from California, and I sent her. She signed up under one of my affiliates that I'm following up for him.
Yeah.
And I sent her some follow-up emails generated intended to fill her in on what the team is doing.
Right.
She wrote me back this morning and says, "Don't send me any more emails. You're way too intense for me." And I sent her like 3 emails, and she thought that was way too many. And I thought, too intense. I don't get accused of that too often. So,
yeah.
But I don't know how old she is or where she is. She's in California. That's all I know. She told me somewhere near LA. So, I heard somebody say once that California is like a bowl of grape nut cereal. Once you get rid of the fruits and the nuts, all you got left is the flakes.
Oh, me. Well,
So,
my one and only trip to California left me pretty much with that same opinion. So.
well, I've made numerous stops on the way to Japan in San Francisco, and man, people are bonkers out there. I mean, the Hare Krishna are everywhere, and like they want to give you a book, but when you don't give them money, they want the book back. And want to give you a flower, and by the way, that flower is going to cost you $10, and if you don't give me the $10, I'm taking my flower back. And okay, well, I'll take your flower back then. Glory be. I had one of them tell me when I was flirting with spirituality when I was in the army that Jesus used to be into Hare Krishna. I'm thinking, oh, good Lord. So, oh, boy.
We used to have a bunch of those hung around the airport more than anything else around here, but
Yeah, that's where I met him.
I hadn't seen anything of any of them in years now. I guess they seem to have migrated somewhere else, left the area. At least I don't run across them anymore.
I don't see him.
Well, has anybody got anything they want to bring out tonight?
Yeah, me.
All righty. Well, that's what we're here for.
Well, I was on my IBO exchange. Yesterday, doing my first day of my VIP membership.
Yep.
And I was doing 25 traffic exchanges so that I could get my 100 points, right?
Yeah.
And some of those sites pop up, say it was blocked by Chrome, and I get a message that says, "Whoa, malware hit, whoa." So I was wondering what was up with that.
I don't know. I haven't run across that problem on the IBO exchange yet. I do have occasionally. It comes up and it tells me that the page is not really there, and I can't view it. And sometimes it'll tell me that I've already viewed that page, and then I don't get credit for it. So
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, but I had one on there that said, "Whoa, malware hit."
Yeah, I've had that before, David.
It surprised me. I'd never had that happen before.
Must be a link to something really questionable.
yeah, must
Did
be.
did everybody get that VIP thing?
Yeah, I think everybody.
Yeah,
got
the
it.
email.
Yeah. So much for getting a leg up on the competition, unless they didn't see the email.
Yeah, I think everybody got it.
If they put it out to the entire membership,
I think they did.
I mean, everything should fall right back into place again. I don't know.
Yep.
Well, Reverend Dave, aren't you my competition?
I don't think so.
Okay,
We're all
well,
fighting the same battle.
I didn't know. I was asking a question.
No, I'm not. I'm no competition.
We're on the same team, I thought.
Yep. We
You know?
are. Hopefully, we all work together for everybody's success. That them.
Well, my friends, I'm expecting a call in about 2 minutes, so I'm going to let you go.
All right. Well, don't be offended there, Reverend Dave. I wasn't.
Oh, I'm not. It's hard to offend me. It's hard to offend me, David. I got very thick skin, and I don't take offense easily. So don't ever worry about offending me, because I don't take offense to anybody. And I really do mean we're all on the same team. We're all fighting to build a better America, build a better world, and try to help people with their problems. And there's a variety of paths we can take. Nobody's going to take the same path because then the path gets too used and it'll get too worn out. But because we have so many different avenues, we can still be friends, and we can still be in different companies, but we're still fighting the same battle. I really mean that. So I will talk to you all Thursday.
Okay,
Reverend Dave.
We'll be
Have a nice
here.
evening, everybody. God bless.
You have a great evening too. Don, you have anything you want to add in here tonight?
Not that I can think of, except I agree with what Reverend Dave said. We're all on the same team.
Well, that we are.
yeah, that's one of the questions I asked her. I didn't know it was her or who it was. When I on that Skype thing,
Yeah.
she just, I got no answer when I asked, "Are you on the team?" So right there told me, get rid of this person.
That's another thing that I do is, if their profile is not real informative, has little information on it, and I feel like I want to go ahead and let them come on, and then get a chance to see, who they are and what they are and how they gonna add to the team. Then the first thing I do is I send them a message and ask them to tell me more about them and what they're doing and stuff like that.
Well, I
If
didn't
they
get
don't
that far.
reply, if they don't reply to me, in which most of the time, if they're not really legitimate, if they don't reply, I do the same thing. I block them, delete them, and mark them spam.
Yeah.
So by the way, if make sure you got your profile filled out complete.
Yeah. Well, I don't think mine's all complete yet on the Skype thing on my phone.
That's one thing you ought
Think
to do is make sure it's complete. That
I don't know if I've got that all done yet. I uploaded a different picture today, but
you did. It looks like the
yeah,
same picture to me. Your profile picture
yeah.
looks the same to me.
Oh well, I thought I did. I
Almost,
was
it kind of
trying
looks
to.
like you.
Yeah, but is it? Do I have a pair of black glasses on?
Nope,
Okay.
you don't have any glasses on here, and you got that
Okay.
great
Well,
big
it
old
did.
smile you always have.
It wasn't. It wasn't the one that I tried to upload today. Then I was trying to upload a different one with black glasses on and had little lights in the corners of the glasses.
Oh, well,
They're not on, but you might be able to tell that they've got lights in them.
I'm looking at your home page, your profile of your social, IBO social.
No, I'm talking about on Skype.
Oh, on Skype. I'm not looking at Skype.
Yeah.
Let's see what Skype says about. I don't know if I can. Let's see. I don't know if I can do that now. I got the telephone on there. It's
Yeah, you did that last week, and you didn't knock yourself off.
yeah. Hmm. I need let's see, contacts. Contact list.
I didn't have a profile picture up there until yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking at your IBO social profile.
Uh,
Let's see. It ain't letting me see anything but this great big old telephone here.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
I'll look at it.
I'm not on screen share. I'm laid up in the bed right now with my foot elevated.
What's wrong with your foot?
I twisted my ankle.
Well, now that wasn't good. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better.
Yeah, it's I got my horse liniment out and I rubbed it down. Now I can walk.
Well, that's good. Let's see here. I got a Brian David Mincy.
Yeah,
Uh,
president accounted for.
that looks like a different picture than I've ever seen, but I don't see any glasses or anything on there. Still got that big smile on
Well,
there.
yeah, that's what I was doing. I was out there taking a selfie in the backyard. So,
Yeah, this looks
so
like it was taken outside because it's a solid blue background, like a blue sky, and look like I can see just on the corner there some leaves or from a tree or something.
yeah, that's a white sapote fruit tree. Uh, yeah, if we ever get to meet and have a barbecue like you mentioned one time, I'm gonna have to make you some white sapote cake.
All right, sounds great. Let's see here. See what your profile says. Your profile gives you a username and your real name, and says you're feeling great. And got a mobile
Yeah.
phone number. You could add a little bit more information in there, but that's more than a lot of these people that are just trying to spam. They won't have
Yeah.
anything but just a username in there, and no phone number, no contact information, no
Well,
real name.
those people were just trying to get in my pocket. I know how that goes.
Yep, that's one of the first things I always do is check person's profile to make sure that they're for real and who
But
they are and where they're from, and
they didn't have no profile, just like you said.
yep. If they don't, I won't put them in. I won't accept them.
Well, I accepted it, thinking that it might be somebody in the team,
Yeah.
and that's how I'm learning. See, that's how it's a good thing that she couldn't, or whoever it was, couldn't get in my pocket before I learned.
That's true.
Probably 6 months ago, I wouldn't have known how to do that if I hadn't had a mentor tell me one time, just get in there and play with it. You ain't gonna break nothing.
That's pretty much true.
Yeah.
I spent most of my life in electrical and electronic maintenance, and we would always have a piece of machinery, and people would say, "Well, I don't know anything about that. I don't know how." I said, "We just get in there and do it." I said, "We can't break it. If we break it, that's what we're here for anyway, to fix it." So we just get in there and get elbow deep and learn something.
Well, if you was in electronics for most of your life, then that government website the technology one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it might be useful to you in the future. I don't know. Like you might want to put in there to get notifications for seminars, but they're 8-hour seminars. You know,
Excuse me.
but then you get a certificate at the end of it. I don't know what the certificate would mean to me because I'm not a guru.
Well, I'm not gonna
But it
say
would
I'm a
teach me.
guru either.
It would teach me how to keep hackers out.
I'm not a guru because if it's got to do with computers or anything like that, I just if I can't figure it out, I go to my daughter, and if she can't figure it out, I go to my son, who's he's a he's probably one of the gurus. Most of the time, I wind up going to him, let him solve my problems.
Yeah, I had one of those. She passed away.
Yep. I'm a little concerned about him because he works for a company that is on government contract, and of course he works overseas in Europe and lives in England. He's a little concerned the government is cutting out 300 contractors. 600? Oh well, okay, it's 600 then. He's a little concerned that they might want to cut his job, but the company he
Yeah, I've
works.
been cut. Yeah, I've been cut a couple times from the government jobs.
I used to work for the government a long time ago, but I was smart enough to cut them before they cut me. He,
I used to work for Boeing International in the '80s.
yeah,
I was on the team that sent the first space shuttle up. Uh,
well, I was actually on the team that worked on the first space shuttle. It never went up.
yeah,
I, I escorted the Enterprise and the liquid fuel tanks and the solid fuel rockets and stuff all over the country where they took them to show them to people, show them off. I was in a little truck that looked like a bread truck with hair growing out because I had 30 different antennas on the top of it.
yeah.
I
I've
was
seen those.
I was part of ground communication support. If you ever see any of the newsreels where they're escorting the Enterprise and you see that little truck right behind it, that was me. But I left NASA just about the time that they shut down the Enterprise program and started. It was before they actually put one of them in space. So I, when they started shutting down the Enterprise program, I realized real quick that the company I worked for was gonna be minus a contract. So that's when I didn't let them quit me. I quit them.
Yeah, I don't understand. I've been to college for government contracting, and then when I got my certificate hanging on the wall, all the government contracts are going away.
Yep.
Have to move to Virginia probably.
Well, of according to my son, the contractor he works for, they've got plenty of jobs open in and around Washington. He just don't want to go to Washington. He really don't want to come back to the states. He likes over there. What he likes, what he's doing. He's one of three people in the world that does what he does. So right now he's kind of waiting and seeing how things work out.
You still with us, Don?
I hadn't heard his phone drop him off yet.
Still here.
Oh, okay.
Just
He was
listening to
away
you
from
guys.
he was away from the computer getting a drink or something, or the phone.
No, I got her on mute, and I'm on IBO Exchange, earning some coins,
Oh,
listening to you guys.
I did
This
that
IBO
yesterday.
Exchange doesn't take a lot of thinking.
No, it
Just
doesn't.
got to watch the little timer.
That's funny.
I keep it running over here, so collecting coins, points, whatever.
Seen a lot of Reverend Dave and Mike. I haven't seen you yet, David.
Well, I'm not sure I know how to do that yet.
Well, it's not difficult. We can learn you.
Well, I'm learnable, but I just haven't tried it yet. I just not sure I can get it done. I'll try. I'll do my best, Don. Now that you provoked me.
Well, all you got to do is log in, and then when you log into it, of course, it's just your IBO login. When you log into it, then you got a menu over on the left hand side, and then it's broken up into sections. And one section says account manager. Under account manager, you got add page and my pages and banner ads and stuff like that. You click on add page and just fill in the little form that pops up, and with your the URL of the page you want to add, and you got to tell it that you want to do traffic exchange. That's usually what I do, but or you can go put up Facebook pages. Every time I try to put up a Facebook page to generate some likes from that, it tells me it can't put that page up. So I don't know why. I don't know if it's. I tried my business page and it didn't like that, and I tried my personal page and it didn't like that. So it just don't like me there. But so I go back and put up other URLs. Most of the time I'm running the URL in there for the co-op, so that when people click on here, they get taken to the co-op. But that's all you do is just add pages, and then and when you
I don't have any pages other than the IBO profile.
well, you got a bunch of pages you can add in there.
Oh yeah, from Skyport.
From
Yeah, I got.
Skyforp, you got all kind of
Yeah.
pages you can add in there, and just add the go in there where it says your website URLs or whatever, and pick some of those
Okay.
and add those. Of course, you can now also add the IBO, your profile, your PR pages. That's what Don puts a lot of those up there, but I know why he wants it up
Yeah,
there.
I noticed that, but I didn't. I just hadn't been brave enough to try it yet.
Well, it's a good way to get some exposure and get
But
people
like I
looking
said
at you.
earlier, I'll get in there and try it now. I know I can't break it.
You can't break it. And if you do, all you got to do is just come out and Don can tell you how to fix it, or I'll tell you how to fix it. once you've got a page or two added, then you need to start building some coins, which I think you
Well,
know
I
how to
have
do
been.
that. You know how to do that already, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a couple thousand. I know that's not a lot, but
Uh, some days it's a lot, and some days it's not. Some days I'll run through a couple thousand of them in no time, and then some days it just I don't know. Seems like I don't go through but just a a couple hundred or so in a day. So just depends on how much they want to show my ads, I guess.
yeah, but I noticed that the times are longer now and the coins are higher. Like they're not up to 19 coins now, and it
Yeah,
seems to me that they've got more seconds up there, so you can
they do.
view the whole web page. You know.
Well, they do that. It depends on how many coins that you're bidding on or get or bidding out there or whatever. If you got like if your ad's going to pay out 19 coins, then or 19 points, or not really coins, it's more points than anything, but then it runs longer. It runs what about 180 something seconds, or
185, I think.
which is a minute and a half or so. But if you get down to where you're only running four coins, or you know somewhere in that range, it runs a real short time.
Yeah,
I like these ones where I get the most coins because it takes longer to run, and I can go back and doing everything other things. All I gotta do is just look over every now and then and see if it's finished running.
yeah.
Every now and then I do scroll up and down on the pages that it's showing, and look at them, see if there's anything interesting. But for the most part, I'm just letting them run over here on this other screen.
You running two computers?
Yeah, I've got the one I'm on right now, which is running Skype, and it's also running the Screencast-O-Matic and the screen sharing, free screen sharing program, and of course I got a lot of other pages opened up where I can just click on them.
Yeah, I got a little Windows. I got two computers I run. I run a A8 Elite Dell
Yeah,
AMD, and the other one is I just fixed it. It's a little HP Mini. It has Windows 7 on it,
right.
and I just got it going. And for the life of me, I couldn't not believe that my I kept getting web errors, and for the life of me, what it took to fix that little thing was I had to set the clock and the date because the server was
Right,
saying, "Whoa, this guy's back in 2002."
right. I've seen that problem before.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it was that simple, you know, to get it up and running.
Just gotta have the date right, date and the time.
And I downloaded a webcam 6 for the webcam on it. And
Uh huh.
the webcam works, but I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna delete all that and get Screencast-O-Matic on there for the webcam. Does it work for as a webcam?
Yeah, it does. It will.
Okay.
And like I said, I use Screencast-O-Matic to do a lot of things. I mostly if I'm trying to record a video or something like that, I can do screen capture with it, and to make a to create a video.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to use that webcam 6 for $44.
Mm, no, I wouldn't do that. Just
I
Screencast-O-Matic's a
ain't going.
free program.
Yeah, I ain't going to do that.
So, I use, like I said, I use the Screencast-O-Matic a lot. I'm using it right now. Well, I use it to record these calls. Uh, I just outline my screen, drag the box out around the screen, and then anything I click on, bring up on the screen is part of the recording. Of course, it records anything from my microphone. It also records anything else that the computer audio is running, like the audio that when I use Skype for these calls, it picks up all the audio from the calls. So it's a real simple way of creating a recording of the call for posting up on the websites that way.
Well, how do you post them up on the website? Just use
I use
when you
I,
when you create when you create it, do you create a file and then upload the file, or is it the numbers
uh,
that you upload?
no, I can create a file and just save the file. But what I do is I create I I upload it to YouTube to my YouTube, and
Okay.
and then I just take and put the YouTube on the web page. Put the YouTube video
Well,
on the web
yeah,
page.
yeah, I know how to do that. You showed me how to do that.
Yep.
Share and then copy it. And
Right.
yeah.
So it's super easy to do. I used to have to go through a whole lot of trouble before Screencast-O-Matic come along. It was because I'd have to convert the videos and convert the audio and just do a whole lot of work on it. It would take me several hours to go through and edit it and edit the audio, and uh, now it's just super simple. A few clicks of the button and it's done. Of course, it still takes a while to upload to YouTube, but that's all right. I can do that and then minimize it off the screen
And
and
go
let it
do something else.
and go do something else. And then when it comes to YouTube, will come up and send me an email and tell me my video is ready. When it does, I just go over there and copy the URL, copy the iframe uh, HTML code that they give me, and I just paste that into the website. And Screencast-O-Matic, like I said, you can save it as a file, and you can play the files back. You can save it as a file and upload it to another web host or something like that if you need to. But or you can upload it to Vimeo, or you can upload it to YouTube. I just happen to choose YouTube because that's the one I'm most familiar with and use all the time. So
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on an hour.
yep, I'm waiting. I keep waiting for Don's phone to drop him off, but he may have solved the problem this time.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
We've already gone a minute or so past. Anyway, does anybody else have anything you want to add before we say good night?
No,
Just I just was reminded when you mentioned the co-op, Mike. I'd like to change that if I can.
Just
What I
send me an email, or you can send it to on
okay, it'll be
Skype or
tomorrow
whatever.
sometime.
That's fine, and I'll take care of it. It's real simple. Click a few buttons and it's done.
Okay, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow then.
That'll work. You got anything you want to add, Dave, before we go? David? Dave's already gone.
Huh. Well, I thank you, Mike, and wish you a good night.
Alrighty, I wish y'all a good night. We look forward to seeing you again, hearing you again on Thursday night, and we appreciate y'all being here tonight. It's been a good call. We look forward to talking to you later.
Okay, good night.